this being on the agenda is because last year it took the clerk, I believe, 25 hours to write the minutes for the annual town meeting. So we are suggesting that this time we outsource the writing of those minutes to a third party. Now that can either be done in two ways. Either we can have a situation where we have the tape like it's running now, and that tape is sent to somebody to transpose, or we can have somebody here who actually takes those minutes. So I open that to the floor. Councillor Coates.
I'd like to propose that we have somebody here taking the minutes, because it's very difficult to transcribe minutes that you haven't been in attendance for.
Councillor Burden.
Thank you, Kim. I'll agree with that totally. What we would get if we sent the tape away would be a total verbatim, or if it was cut back, somebody would object to the way it was done. So I really think you want an expert here at minute taking with the tape running.
Councillor Coates. Sorry, Councillor Cotterill, then Councillor Lord, and then Councillor Carter.
I would agree with the previous two speakers, and I too feel that if we have a third person taking the minutes and then transposing them, that will give potentially a fairer, impartial record of the meeting in terms of we've had a third party and any member of the town will appreciate it's being done by a third party.
Councillor Lord.
I just think it's important that we have both. We have somebody here, but as a backup, we have the tape so that anything can be checked.
As someone whose wife used to take the minutes for the Journal of Endocrinology at meetings at the Zoological Society, believe me, trying to just do this from tape is a nightmare. You need to know who's speaking, and you won't get that from a tape. It's essential that someone is...
The point of supporting everything here is it's not, I don't think, any distrust at all in the way it's happened in the past, for accuracy or anything else. I happen to think there's a more important job that the town clerk should be doing than sitting there buried trying to sort out these matters when it's quite an easy piece of work to hand out to somebody else to do.
Perhaps come back. I think that also, as it is the town's meeting, I think it gives far greater clarity for the residents if it's taken by someone else other than, not accusing Jeff being having any part in this, but it needs to be somebody who is totally different from us. So there is total clarity.
I think if I can just add to that, allowing somebody else to take the minutes during the meeting will allow me to walk around the room with a microphone and actually prompt people to give their names and addresses so that we actually have it clearly recorded on a microphone, and microphones don't whistle or anything like that.
Councillor Mason.
I would like to agree with what has been said. I think it makes sense for somebody completely independent who doesn't know what's going on, what's being talked about. So therefore, as they are taking the minutes, they will obviously be trying to make sense because these minutes will be available for people who are not here in the future and whatever. So it is important that they are done, and I think it is important for somebody outside to do it. I totally agree with having the tape running too, because if there is something that is not perhaps clear, it means that you've got something to go back to have, to listen to. And I totally agree that at the after the last meeting, Joe spent a lot of time trying to deal with everything because a lot was said at that meeting, and therefore, of course, quite difficult to take down.
Why don't you video it and put it on the council website?
very much.
Good idea.
All those in favour?
It's a public meeting.
All those in favour of the suggestion that has been made? Right, Clark tells me that we don't have to bring it back because the cost ought to come under her jurisdiction. Right, the other item that we need to talk about, and this has been sort of added on, because